Hey there guys, it's Metro, and this is the Amber Guide. This is the one I knew was going to be very interesting when I started this series over, and we have to do a lot of talking, all right? But I've created a really fun, I feel like this is pretty smart, so we're going to talk about it. On the team, you'll see Swanna. All 6 of these Pokemon play a very important role, okay? So let's go through them one by one. Swanna, you can get this at the very beginning of version 8, the very beginning of the game. So it's kind of like a new Pokemon that I don't think we had access to in the previous game, so that's kind of cool. But it has Tailwind and Rain Dance, 2 moves that I knew as soon as I started this that these were going to be moves that I was going to use for this. And then Zebstrika, okay, he is very fast, all right? He needs to be fast. If he's not fast, he will not meet the condition we need him for. He has Paralyze move, Thunder Wave, and then he also has the Lightning Rod ability, right? All very specific things. Then we have Seismitoad at the bottom right there. He has the ability that when he gets hit by water moves, he heals up. And he also has Muddy Water, which hits both opposing Pokemon, but not your own team. Okay, also specific. And then we have Nidoking, Golem, and Noivern. And none of them are really doing anything too specific, but just understand Nidoking is there for an extra surfer. I could put another water Pokemon on, but I actually don't have another good water Pokemon, so I brought Nidoking along because he has Surf. Golem has Earthquake, which is of course good, and Noivern, once again, like in the last video I made on this, has Tailwind as well. So we're basically using a modified stratagem of the previous video I made on this. If you guys saw it back in version 6, I guess it would have been, where we basically just set up a Tailwind condition for earthquakes and took everything out. That's no longer possible because he changed the way the Pokemon work. He's got a electric, he's got the Rotom, and then he also has Moltres on Amber here. So we have to completely modify the strategy for those 2 Pokemon. Literally cannot do what I did previously because of that. So let's talk a little bit about the condition. I set up an extremely intensive condition. This is the most intense condition I think I've ever set up. And once you set it up, it's smooth sailing. Okay, so the end goal here is to survive for 2 turns. As you saw, we're sending out Swanna and Zebstrika first, and they are both playing an incredibly specific role. So we're going to go through it turn by turn, and then we'll show the actual footage, okay? Turn 1 for Swanna is Rain Dance. You want to get the extra bonus from Sunny Day off the field as quickly as possible, and of course, Rain Dance will last a few turns. Zebstrika's first turn is going to be putting the Paralyze on. Either one of the Pokemon would have worked, but of course, the better option here is Typhlosion, of course, because first of all, I don't think Rotom can even be paralyzed, but either way, you want to stop him from using Eruption, basically. So we need both of them to survive, and they're going to survive by either him being paralyzed or avoiding the Eruption, or also because of, since we have Swanna on the field, right, 4 times weakness to Lightning, to Thunderbolt especially, the Rotom has Thunderbolt. So the AI is, of course, not the smartest. It's going to try to Thunderbolt almost every turn, but I have Zebstrika on the field with Lightning Rod, so it's actually just going to do nothing. So that's an easy way to prevent his team, or her team, Amber's team, from using abilities for the first turn, if you get lucky. Even if you don't get lucky, all you got to do is survive. Both of them need to survive. These 2 are expendable. You do not need these past this setup here, all right? But once you set it up, it is extremely easy from here on out, all right? And then turn 2, same deal. They both have to survive. Tailwind needs to be moved. And then once Tailwind and Rain Dance are on the field, now it's time to start going crazy. And then at this point, it doesn't really matter about Zebstrika. I like to do a little damage to the Typhlosion, just because he's gonna survive a damage dealing attack to him, so you might as well get him a little bit lower. But regardless, you could either avoid once again, you can paralyze once again, or you can just eat the weakened Eruption, which will not kill you as long as you've done some damage to the Typhlosion. And at this point, you're all set up. Now, originally I tried the strategy on turn 3 to just start surfing. I felt like it would be more bang for your buck, but it doesn't actually really matter that much because Swanna does not usually survive. Once you take Zebstrika off the field, the Thunderbolt's going to get through, and it's going to go right on Swanna. So that's the only way Swanna... listen to me very carefully. Swanna cannot use this strategy if you do not have a Lightning Rod Pokemon on the other side of him, okay? Understand that. This is not possible. He will get one shot, and you cannot do any of this. This is the only Pokemon in the game that has Rain Dance and Tailwind as well, I'm pretty sure. I don't think Pelipper has it. But anyway, these 2 are important, but now that you've set this up, just get them off and start going for it. There's not really much else to talk about there. Once you can take out 2 Pokemon in 1 turn with, 2 and 2. take out 2 on the field, 2 more come out, 2 on the field. That's it. And then after that, Rain Dance and Tailwind are going to expire. So you can try to reset them up if you need it. But after that, you're like 2v4. You know what I mean? You've won. So yeah, let's look at the actual footage now. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of walk through this. I already explained the bulk of the strategy, but there'd be a few small things that happen here. So like I said, you need to follow the strategy. It's kind of difficult to watch in real time. That's why I laid it out on paper there for you guys. But as you see, Zebstrika survives. Doesn't matter what else happens as long as he survives. Both of them survive. It does not matter. So I'm gonna wild charge the Typhlosion there. Like I said, try to get him low, but that's also really optional at this point. All you got to do is set up this. Now, it's important to understand why we're setting this up, okay? Rain Dance does not change the field, but it negates the field and it negates Sunny Day. So basically, this gym is so difficult because it has Sunny Day, which already powers a lot of their moves, and it has the field effect, which empowers almost all their moves. So yeah, it's insanely overpowered. It's basically like 2 fields, so you got to get these off. Now, Rain Dance doesn't change the field permanently, so this is also good because, you know, the Ninetales comes out and gets rid of our Rain Dance, but we can just put it right back up again. So that's the other check mark that you need to overcome. Ninetales obviously is going to come out with Drought. It's going to put Sunny Day back up, so you need to Rain Dance there, okay? You can do it without it, but it's really, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're really falling behind here. It's only 1 turn to set up, and as long as you still have Tailwind blowing, you go first. So you're basically, Tailwind is actually insanely good here. It's like doubles are a mess. You know, I don't like doubles for gym battles because of that. But when you get used to it, when you get Tailwind down, you understand how to use it properly. It really just allows for ridiculous overpowered strategies like this. And as you see, Seismitoad's he's basically able to solo. If there was a way that we could keep Rain Dance up 100% of the time, like with Drought, you know what I mean? It would be, he'd be able to solo the whole gym. He'd be able to beat all 6 Pokemon by himself because I would just keep surfing with the other Pokemon and healing him. You understand? Like, so even if he was taking damage, as long as he survives the damage, I would just heal him back up with Surf. So that's it. It's that easy. It's really absurd how strong this is. But like I said, the Rain Dance and Tailwind are way more important than you probably originally understand. Like, if you don't have the speed, you're probably going to die. They hit really hard even without the boosts. And if you don't have the Rain Dance, then yeah, Sunny Day plus the field effects is just insane. I also tried some ideas where I just changed the field, but of course they can just change it back. So I feel like this is the proper way to manipulate the field. It's not like the Rejuvenation way to manipulate the field, but it's, you know, the vanilla way. So there you go. We actually got the Paralyze there, which is much better. Obviously, makes it a higher condition to succeed. But regardless, I think the percentage difference is so minute. It's probably like 1%. Because once you get this up, you can just sweep. You know, it's almost fun to watch. I can't help but pat myself on the back for this because I was struggling. I didn't know exactly how I was going to beat this. Like, I knew I wanted to use the strategy I used last time with Tailwind and Earthquakes and stuff, but you don't even need to. And especially just because, yeah, so there's a reason why you don't want to, I don't know. It's up and down. Like, I don't really need him anymore. I can still do what I want to do with Noivern, and then I can use Rain Dance on Seismitoad. So I don't know. I don't think you can do this without Seismitoad, Swanna, and an electric Pokemon with Lightning Rod. Now, also, Electrike has it, I think, too, but I don't know if he's still even in the game. I got Zebstrika way back in the day, and I've used him on almost every gym, so he's a very good Pokemon to have, let's put it that way. But it has to be fast, too, because if it's not fast and you don't paralyze and you get the eruption, like if you don't paralyze the Typhlosion there and then you eat the damage, you know, you have a lower % chance to do this. You can try to get lucky, but I would definitely just roll for the paralyze there because it's a much, you know, it's like a 30% chance instead of just trying to not die, you know, trying to survive or trying to avoid it, you know, like the Pokemon avoidance thing. So yeah, here I could Surf or I could use Earth Power on Nidoking. Doesn't really matter which I do, but regardless, we're just gonna keep going. I mean, there's nothing else really to talk about here. It's just in the first 2 turns, guys. So I think that's pretty much it for me. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Just a bit of forewarning, Magmortar once again has Lightning Bolt and he has Psychic as well, so you're kind of back to the start here. If you still have Swanna in the team, he's definitely going to die here, but at this point, like I said, I mean, have I even lost Pokemon here? I guess I have, but it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm in no danger of losing this battle. Any of these other Pokemon can easily finish it, so that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. You can watch another iteration of it, but that's all I have. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. I feel like this is a penultimate strategy, like one of the coolest types of strategies that you could deal. You know, there's some cool ones for the gyms earlier, but yeah, that's everything. See you guys in the next video.